Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for Fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-21 season. My name is Dan and welcome to a Gameweek 37 deadline stream, the penultimate deadline stream of the season. Wow. Crazy, crazy stuff. I can't believe we're almost at the end of the season. Almost. We're so close, but there's still 2 game weeks to go. And 2 game weeks to talk about FPL non-stop for the next, 5 days? 5 days, that's all we've got left until the end of the season. Absolutely crazy stuff. But the game weeks are coming thick and fast. So today, we're going to talk about game week 37. Let's say hello and see who is in here today. Let's see what members we've got in the chat today. We've got Sky, we've got Sahil, we've got Offcore, and who have we got? Adam Pearce there as well. Yeah, few regulars. I know it's a bit of a strange time for a stream, isn't it? 3:30 on a Tuesday. We should all be at work. Hopefully some of you guys are at work, but you don't care. You're working from home. You're chilling at home. You put a little stream in the background to chill out. Why not, guys? Why not? That's what it's all about. I've taken a very, very late lunch break from my job. Yeah, we'll go for as long as we can, but we may have to dart swiftly off at 4:30. Maisie's here as well. Hey, Maisie, how you doing? So yes, guys, as you can see, I've not locked in my transfers yet for good reason, because what happened last game week with some very late news that basically made me wish I'd waited a little bit longer to make my transfers. But let's have a look. Let's just let's put in what I'm going to be doing for now. So Jota and Lingard out, and then Mane, and if we can, I was going to say, can we find Rafinha? Then we'll put him in as well. And then that's what we'll be looking at. 4-point hit, 0.7 in the bank. Who cares? Who cares? Let's have some fun, guys. There's only a few game weeks left, and I need to make a miracle happen. And you don't make a miracle happen without taking a couple of risks. So, of course, Mane is absolutely nailed on. He's definitely going to play this game week. There's no way he doesn't. He's got to play. He's in good form. He's in good form. Like a lot of people saying that Mane's not in good form, I won't have it. He is in good form. Last 4 starts for Mane, last 5 starts for Mane, 2 goals, 2 assists, I believe. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. So, yeah, happy days. A lot of people all around the world seem to be in very different time zones, which of course that is very true. Hopefully it's not too late for you. Hopefully it's not too early for you. Hopefully it's just right for you, and you can enjoy a little deadline stream, and we can talk about FPL just for a bit before the big deadline. Exciting stuff as always. But anyway, guys, this is how I'm going to be lining up. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure on who I want to bench. I'm tempted to play Dallas over Digne. I'm tempted to play Dallas over Woods. I don't know. I know Vidra's going to be on the bench. Cedric's going to be on the bench. One more's got to go on the bench as well. So, yeah. Sky says, I'm kind of surprised you're so set on getting Mane, Dan. I really am. I really am set on Mane. I think this is a huge thing. I think Mane is just a huge differential, because so many people will be put off him because of his price. At this stage of the season, money's not really an object. There's so many cheap options floating about. But Mane, I really strongly feel is just the one. For the next 2 game weeks, between, Salah and Mane are the 2 biggest players I genuinely think to own over these last 2 game weeks. So, of course, I already had Salah. I can differential double it up with Mane, and it's happy days. Both those players are going to be playing both of the final 2 matches, aren't they? And, both in very good form. We've got Trent Alexander as well, Alexander-Arnold as well. And I think between them, you've got literally every Liverpool goal covered. So if Liverpool score a few goals, we're absolutely laughing, aren't we? So that should be pretty good. They've got a really nice fixture against Burnley. Burnley are kind of on the beach. They are not playing very well at all. They're letting in goals. Nick Pope potentially not playing. Don't know. It's kind of a bit of a toss-up whether Nick Pope is going to be fit to play in this game as well. So that could be Bailey, Peacock, Farrell for these guys to shoot against, which could be pretty nice. And yeah, overall, it's going to be pretty good, I think. So yeah, I'm really happy, and Salah as well. I just kind of feel it's just the perfect captain option for this game week, and we can back it up with Mane as well. Of course, says Dan, I think Firmino is looking sharp as a punt too. Yeah, possibly. I'm not. Firmino's not quite shooting as much. He's not getting in the areas that I want him to be. Obviously, he did score a couple of goals. When was it? Not last game week, but the game week before. Yeah, he got a couple of goals, but one of them was a headed chance, and the other one was kind of like a rebound type goal that could have fallen to anyone really. Obviously, he was in the right place at the right time, but I don't know necessarily. So yeah, Firmino is an option. If it's easier for you to get to Firmino, then absolutely go for it. Why not? But I do prefer Mane. Of course, Mane also gets an extra point for a goal, an extra point for a clean sheet as well. So yeah, there's lots to like about Mane versus Firmino, to be honest. Luke Price, thank you very much for becoming a channel member. I really do appreciate that. Guys, if anyone else wants to become a channel member, it's only 99 pence per month. That's the cheapest that YouTube would let me make it. It's not very much money at all, and it helps me see your name in the chat so I can answer your questions a little bit easier, and also you get access to all of the emojis that I've made and added to the channel. There's a couple of fun emojis in there. I'm sure if we've got any members, they might be able to demonstrate some of the excellent emojis that members have on offer. You guys always got my back, and do love my members on this channel. You really are absolute legends. So yeah, a few people have mentioned about Jota and what Klopp has come up to say. I did see this earlier. So yeah, let's for those of you guys who do not know, Klopp has said that Jota's injury is not quite as bad as they thought it was. Once the swelling went down, they got to see the full extent of the injury, and it turns out that Jota is going to be available for the Euros, and there is a very, very small chance he may be available for the final game of the season. Now, whether he actually plays in the final game of the season, I don't know. Like Klopp has said, it's a very, very slim chance. So I would not be betting everything on Jota starting, and I still do think it's worth transferring Jota out, definitely. You know, especially as there's so many other midfielders at that level who over 2 games are definitely going to score more. You know, whether you're going for Rafinha like I am, I guess. You know, Mane, if you can get to Mane. Mahrez looks good for this game week at least. Greenwood. Did I say Greenwood already? I don't know. And then, of course, you know, a lot of people are putting in the chat about Willock, which is excellent. Of course, Willock is obviously a really, really interesting shout. Super differential. He's got this game against Sheffield United. Although what worried me a little bit is watching Sheffield United play against Everton. Sheffield United actually looked not very good, but they looked pretty good for the first time in a long time. So I don't know. Is Sheffield United maybe just gonna, do something for the last couple of games? And maybe they're playing for their careers. Maybe they're all playing for moves back into the Premier League, moves away from Sheffield United, or maybe they're just, the pressure's off, and now they're just able to play a little bit more casually, a little bit more calmly. So, yeah, that's kind of put me off a little bit. And remember, Newcastle are still Newcastle, as much as I do absolutely love Willock, and I do think he is a fabulous option, for sure. Emiliano's got an urgency. Okay, which do you think is better? Jota to Willock and Shaw, or Trent, or... Wait, Jota to Willock and Shaw to Trent, or Jota to Rafinha and Bamford to Antonio, or Jota... Oh, that's a lot of... Okay, well, no, I feel like you don't... Do you really need to be making all these transfers? Shaw is a fine player to keep. Bamford is a fine player to keep. Meslier is a fine player to keep. I don't know why you want to transfer out those guys so much. So keep Shaw. Yeah, it sounds like you could just do a direct transfer. Jota to someone. I don't think you need a -4 here at all, really. So, Emiliano, I would just do Jota straight to Rafinha, probably. I think that's probably the most simple choice, just to go Jota to Rafinha and then keep it nice and simple there. Because you've got some good other options there that I wouldn't want to lose. I wouldn't want to lose Shaw. I wouldn't want to lose Meslier particularly, or Bamford either. I mean, Bamford, I would be... I mean, no, to be fair, no, I'd want to keep Bamford as well. So, yeah. Jota to Mahrez makes sense. If you can afford it and you fancy a little bit of a risk, if you do fancy a risk, you're not happy with your rank, you want to try and do something explosive, then yeah, why not? Vinay saying, is Mendy from City a good differential? No, I would not be backing Mendy over 2 fixtures, really, no, so I would probably leave that, to be honest. Mark Richards says, do you have a code for Euros FPL? Not yet. I am gonna be making Euro fantasy content, but I'm gonna park it until this season ends. You know, we've got 5 days left in this season. I'm just gonna got to concentrate on FPL until Monday morning, and then we can talk about some Euro fantasy for sure. But for now, I think we go all in at FPL, and we'll talk about Euros a little bit later. But yeah, guys, I know if you've been asking about Euro fantasy content, yeah, we'll have some. Don't you worry about that. Well, I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert or know too much about Euro fantasy, just because the last time I played Euro fantasy was obviously 5 years ago, and that's the only time I've played it as well. The one before that was 9 years ago. So I don't think I was very interested, and I was like only a kid, so I wasn't really too interested 9 years ago. So yeah, it's been a while since I played Euros fantasy, but I will put all my effort into doing as much research as possible and sharing that with you guys, to try and help you guys just succeed in Euros fantasy, because I know that's something we're all very excited about as well. So there we go. James France says, is Willock worth more than Smith Rowe? Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Stefan says, thoughts on Foden starting? I think that there's a good chance of Foden starting, but the thing is, you just don't know. You just don't know with Pep Guardiola, do you? But yeah, I would imagine Foden does get some play time. Again, he's another guy, if you fancy a risk, then he could be your guy. Sky says, you made your fantasy team yet, Dan? I've not made it yet, no. I was thinking about actually making it live on stream maybe next week, to be fair. And then we can kind of talk about it as we go. Because I do want to do a bit of research on it all before I make a team, full stop. And I'm not really gonna have time to start that research until I've finished with FPL stuff. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Alexander says, who's your captain? I will say my captain is Salah. That's nailed on. That's gonna stick. I'm not gonna mess about with the captaincy. I think that's fairly straightforward decision, to be honest. We'll just go straight for Salah. I think that's a pretty useful thing to do. Of course, says, I lived in Sweden, so I know fair about them and the squad for Euros. Big brain. Hey, I might need to get a few opinions, to be fair, well, particularly on some lesser known players. But I'll do my research first, obviously, guys. What we got here? So Evans says bench one between Willock and Stones. I bench Stones mostly because, well, to be fair, you could just start Stones, but I don't think Stones is going to be playing today. I had a rumour that he's not going to be starting today. I don't know how true it is. You never know with these rumours, do you? But some rumours last week were pretty accurate. So, yeah. Will Bruno be benched? I don't think Bruno's going to be benched for this game, but I do think he is going to be benched for Gameweek 38. I would say there's going to be heavy rotation for Manchester United in Gameweek 38, just because, well, mainly because they have the Europa League final just a couple of days after, and obviously Manchester United have had a lot of games all in quick succession, and I don't think they'll want to risk their players. I think they'll give a couple of big players a break, and of course Manchester United I keep talking about this, they do really love to play youth players in the final games of the season once their position is locked down. So once Manchester United know they're going to be second, well, they do know they're going to be second, don't they? They're going to finish second in the league. They're going to switch things around a little bit, and we'll see some youth on display, mostly in attack, which means Cavani, Rashford, Bruno, Pogba, whoever, probably Greenwood as well, although I'm a little bit more confident in Greenwood. There's going to be a lot of heavy rotation. So in terms of bringing in Manchester United players right now, it's a little bit risky. I do think that Bruno will play today, and I think he's a fabulous captain option as well. But I would prefer to go for Salah. If you don't have Bruno or Salah and you can only bring one in, for example, I think Salah is a very straightforward transfer, particularly over the 2 game weeks. Guys, I know a lot of you have got Willock in. If you bought Willock in, I would say that you've got to play him. I think. That's what I would say anyway. He's been scoring a lot of goals somehow. Wood captain, against Liverpool? It's an interesting shout. I know Liverpool have been conceding a few goals, and I do expect them to concede against Burnley, and if they're going to concede against Burnley, then Wood's going to be a guy, isn't he? That's why I'm so keen on playing Wood. Currently I've got Wood ahead of Dallas. I don't like benching Dallas at all, though. I'm not comfortable benching Dallas at all, but it's a good. Sorry, I've actually got a bit hay fever, so my nose is a little bit running. Maybe I should go get some tissue in a second. But I do feel like Dallas is a player you want to play, but who do I drop? Dina, maybe. Or kind of, I guess, in a way, hope that one of my players doesn't get on the pitch. You never know. Maybe Greenwood gets benched again. Maybe Mahrez gets benched again. Who knows? So yeah, Pranay says buy Dallas or Sofal. I would buy Dallas. Sky said I'd say about equal, but he's talking about someone else. FPL Guy says hi Dan. Hello FPL Guy. How you doing? Ross Wheeler says, can you recommend a good 5.2 million midfielder, please? Joe Willock seems to be a pretty obvious shout, I would say. You could go for Alan Saint-Maximin if you want that a bit more of an explosive player, I guess. But Willock is just scoring for fun at the moment, and it's really good to see. So I guess that would be who I'd say for a 5.2 million midfielder. You could also look at Emil Smith-Rowe if you fancy that. Olivier says in before Dallas and Lingard outscore Mane and Rafinha. Yeah, I don't think Lingard is going to do too much. I can see Lingard getting, like an assist or something. But even so, he's not been creating a particularly large amount of chances anyway. So, there you go. Dan Cross says, hello all, just stopping by to say hi. Any big news? Well, I don't think there has been any big news, really. I think the only big news is, well, I guess that Jota might be back for Gameweek 38. But that's kind of unlikely to happen anyway. So I don't know if you could call that big news. I've not heard anything else. I've seen a few random rumours about KDB not starting, but that's pretty believable anyway. I would have probably said that maybe KDB goes on the bench or something. I know KDB's travelled, but I'm not sure if he's going to make it onto the pitch or not. I guess that remains to be seen. Guys, if you're talking about captaincy, I feel like if you're going for a captain, it's got to be one of three players. It's got to be Salah, Kane, or Bruno. I don't think I'd look too far outside of that. Emiliano says, sorry Dan, guess I mistyped my question earlier. I'm going with Jota to Willock and Diaz to Trent. What do you think? Yeah, okay, I like that one. Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty good. Nice to get Trent in as well. So we do like Trent Alexander-Arnold at the moment. A few people say Willock or Saint-Maximin. It's down to personal preference. Technically, Willock is in better form and scoring more goals, but I think we will probably agree that Alan Saint-Maximin is the better football player, and he poses a bigger threat, even though he's not necessarily scoring the goals. Willock, hasn't he scored like a rebound of a penalty? Maybe I don't want to say Willock's been lucky, because you don't get this amount of consistency with just luck. You got to have a little bit of form. You got to have a bit of ability as well. But it's a nice differential to have. But so is Saint-Maximin. So take your pick, really. I don't think there's too much in it between Saint-Maximin and Willock. But if you want to just look at who's scored the most goals recently, who's got the most FPL points recently, then we are looking at Willock. But perhaps Willock with a little bit more playtime, and hopefully does get that playtime. He's a lone player, of course. I don't know. Maybe they want to convince him to stay, and he'll play as much game time as possible. Yeah, it's up to you. Of course, it's worth trading Scott Carson in. Scott Carson's not going to be starting. Yeah, so that's another bit of news that came out yesterday, I believe. Don't know if any of you guys heard, but Pep Guardiola has come out and said, and he's confirmed that Edison is going to be playing the remaining 2 fixtures. So if you did bring in Carson as a punt, for whatever reason, you're in no luck for the rest of the season, I'm afraid. And if you brought in Edison last season like I did, and you're very frustrated that he didn't play last game week, don't worry, because he is going to be starting for the remaining 2 fixtures, which is very nice. That's literally been confirmed. A few people have been saying, okay, yeah, Edison, he's definitely going to be starting, but what position is he going to be playing in? Is Edison going to have a run out in midfield or something? If Man City have won the league, Edison, we know, likes to play with his feet. Maybe Edison, maybe he plays in midfield, maybe he takes a penalty or something. Maybe something strange happens in the last 2 games. And strange things do happen. Rotation in strange ways happens. Managers try different things out. They have a little bit of fun with it, I guess. And just like we should be having a little bit of fun with FPL, unless, of course, we are happy with our rank. Which I'm sure most of us are not, because it's been a very tough season. A very tough season. So far can be a better shout potentially, as West Ham have a better defence than Leeds. I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest. I would not say that West Ham have a better defence than Leeds necessarily. Fair enough. Earlier on in the season, you would probably say that West Ham's defence was better, but over the last 5-10 game weeks even, Leeds have been outperforming West Ham in terms of the defensive numbers and against more difficult opponents as well. Fair enough, West Ham have a little bit more to play for, but Dallas is playing in midfield, So I really do think that Dallas is a player that I would rather have over Sofao. Edison will outscore Alisson for goals this season. Yeah, well, this is kind of the thing, right? Maybe Edison saw Alisson score a goal. And Edison's had a word with Pep Guardiola and said, right, I fancy playing up front this game week. Come on, stick me up front, Pep. Stranger things have happened. Well, no, stranger things have not happened in football. But you never know. Surely, strange things going to happen now and again. And then you've got, the penalty thing. If Edison wants to match Alisson's goal tally for the season, maybe Edison says, let me take a penalty, Pep. Come on, we've won the league already. Let me take a penalty. How amazing would that be? But no, I do think it is going to be Mahrez on penalties, which is another reason I bought him in the first place. So, yeah. Rafik says, Antonio or Bamford. I do prefer Antonio of the two. I know a lot of you guys might be looking at striker options. I think if I was to bring in a striker this game week, I would be going for Antonio. Yeah, I think he's just the best option. He's got two, obviously, West Ham have got two really nice fixtures. They've got West Brom, which is a very nice fixture indeed. Arguably the best fixture. Obviously Sheffield United are up there with the best fixture as well. Ahmed says, what's your starting 11? It's going to be Edison, Alexander-Arnold, Shaw, Salah, Mahrez, Mane, Greenwood, Rafinha, Wood, Calvert-Lewin, and then one of Digne or Dallas. I think right now I'm leaning towards actually playing Dallas and leaving Digne on the bench. But at the same time, Wolves do concede goals from headed chances, and Digne is going to be the one providing those chances. And you can see when you watch Digne, fair enough, he hasn't actually got assists recently. Well, he got one, didn't he, the other week? But he is still putting in plenty of crosses. Some of them, well, a lot of them are not really finding the target necessarily, but he is still trying to create those crossed chances. And depending on who Wolves line up with, if there's no Bolly, if you've got a back two of Cody and Saiss, then that's going to create some opportunities for Everton, I think. But I don't know. I don't know how Wolves are going to line up. If they know what they're doing, then they wouldn't do that. But if they want to try some different things, I do think Wolves are set on trying to convert to become a four at the back type football team. And why not use these mulligan games to try this kind of thing out, And that's exactly what they seem to be doing at the moment, which plays into Everton's hands quite nicely. So yeah, I'm. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one because I really want to play Digne, I really want to play Dallas, and I really want to play Wood, and they're the only three players I can realistically drop from this team. I really don't know who else I could drop out of those three. I don't know, and I've got 37 minutes to decide who I'm going to drop. It's a tricky one. I don't know. What would you guys do? Who would you bench out of Digne, Dallas, and Wood? Any experts in the chat want to help me out? Because I'm having an absolute nightmare with it. Maybe I'll just drop Digne because that's probably... I don't know. I feel like I want to play Wood because I do like to back the attacker. There is rumours of Jimenez potentially coming back. I don't know if that'll be this game week or next or what. So maybe that's actually going to impact Wolves in terms of them being able to score. Dallas, I'm not confident that Dallas is going to keep a clean sheet, which is why I have him on the bench at the moment. Because Southampton are scoring a couple of goals. But Dallas is playing as a midfielder. But he's not, though, is he? Really? He didn't play he kind of played as a right wing back kind of thing last game. So maybe that makes him slightly less appealing. I don't know. It's so tough. Suba Kaki is in the exact same position. He says Dallas or Dina. I don't know. Ramsey Unleashed says bench Wood. Darren says back the attacker. That's what I usually do. In fact, Darren, I'm actually going to make you mod because I know we've not got any mods in the chat today. I think Dan Cross isn't available. So if you wouldn't mind, Darren, keeping an eye on the chat. I really appreciate that. There you go. Cheers, Darren. If that's okay. If you don't want to do that, then that's fine. That's absolutely no problem. I can moderate it myself. But yeah, I know you've been around the block of FPL, mate, for a long while now, and I do trust you. Okay. Of course, says I'd bench Dina. Everton are a bit shaky pushing for Europe. Yeah, they are a little bit shaky. But they've kind of been an unpredictable team for a while. I actually don't mind Everton defensively at all, really. And I think that one goal they conceded against Sheffield United might have scared us a little bit, but I don't think that necessarily means that yeah, not sure. So Doxy says lol, Dallas isn't a wing, but I know he's not. Well, I don't know what he is, to be fair. He's playing more of a holding attacking midfielder. Well, it depends on the game, and it depends what the type of game. It varies. It does vary a lot. You never really know where Dallas is going to pop up. But yeah, I mean, typically he's been like a central midfielder, right? But he's also played on the right hand side, covering for Rafinha. He's also played as a left back. I don't think he's played as a right back this season, but he certainly has done in the past. And I don't think he's played on the left of midfield either. But there is some there's some difficulties. Guido Fawkes says bench Cedric. Yeah, no, don't worry. Cedric will definitely be being benched. Pranay says, do you agree that Leeds have a more of a chance in conceding against Southampton than West Ham conceding against West Brom, right? No, I don't necessarily agree with that, to be honest. No, I think that if I'm honest, I think that Leeds are more likely to keep a clean sheet than West Ham are. Oliver Stenstroms, thank you very much for the super chat. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Smith Rowe for Kabak and Jota. I don't know if I'd be going for Jota. No, wait, no, you're taking out those guys. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. Yeah, no, I like that, actually, to be fair. I do quite like that. But is there maybe another option there? Because you arguably want to keep Kabak. And I don't know, would you play Smith Rowe? Would you start him? He's been playing pretty well recently, I guess. Good fixtures. Crystal Palace, isn't it, next? Yeah. I don't mind that, but I don't think Kabak is... Oh, actually, yeah, Kabak hasn't been playing, has he? Yeah, because... What's his name's been playing? Okay, yeah, actually. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting muddled up with my Liverpool centre-backs. The thing is, Liverpool got so many young centre-backs that are kind of all over the place at the moment. Yeah, Kabak and Jota out and Trent and Alexander-Arnold in at the very least is sensible. Smith Rowe, yeah, go for it. If you can get to Willock, though, I'd probably go for Willock over Smith Rowe. But if you can't quite afford Willock, then obviously Smith Rowe is a good option, a really great value pick, really good enabler. So yeah, why not? You know. Yeah, Pro Joel says Kabak ain't playing again for Liverpool. Yes, it does seem like that, doesn't it? I can't remember who the other lad who's starting at the moment alongside Phillips. What's his name? Williams. Of course it is. Williams. He's starting alongside Phillips at the moment. He looks pretty good, actually. I thought he looked okay. I think Phillips is certainly the one for the future, isn't he? For that those Liverpool centre backs. But is he going to get a game? You know, when Van Dijk's back, Gomez is back, Matip's back. I don't know. He probably should. Reece Williams. Thanks, Adam. Yash says swap Bruno or Son to get Salah. I don't think I would swap either to get... I mean, obviously, you do want Salah. I would keep Bruno for this game week for sure. I would be okay with getting rid of Son. If you're taking a -4 to do this, then probably not. But if you can do Son direct to Salah, I think over 2 games, that's pretty good, right? And then you can just captain Salah straight away, and then everything will be amazing. Jazzy, thank you so much for that £5 super chat. That's really generous of you. Thank you very much. I have Son and want Mane for a -4 hit. Is it a good idea, do you think? I'm not sure, because I think you could potentially do Son to Mane next game week instead. I think that's probably what I would look to do. Leicester, of course, are the opposition for Spurs in game week 38, which is a slightly more tougher game. I do think that Spurs will, and to be fair, Son and Kane are the 2 play, and I guess Bruno Fernandes, but that's just because it's Bruno Fernandes, right? I guess I'm pretty scared of Kane and Son this game week, because they're so highly owned, and I do think the Spurs are going to score against Aston Villa, and if they are scoring, it's going to be one of those 2. There's obviously a few doubts as to whether Bale will play in this game week as well, which kind of ups the chances of goal contributions from Son or Kane. So I'd probably actually, to be fair, keep Son in for one more game week, and then just don't take a -4, and just do the transfer next game week instead. No -4s taken, sorted, easy peasy. Shane01 says thoughts on a -12. Probably not in this game week with this little left in the season, to be honest. You know, -12. Obviously, I took one last week, but I mean, I kind of needed to do it because I didn't have a full starting 11. Obviously, it was an epic fail. But last week was not necessarily a bad week to take a -4, even though there's only a few games left. There was a lot of blanks and likely to be rotations and stuff like that. So I would not be going all over the place with those minuses. Deadpool says, what to do with my 3 Everton players in Game Week 38? Okay, well, obviously I've got 2 Everton players. I'm just going to bench Digne, I think. And I'll possibly transfer out Calvert-Lewin for someone else. Not exactly sure who yet. I do have a couple of options. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think... I mean, there is, of course, the prospect of a Man City team at the beach a little bit. Maybe they do another game of heavy rotation, and actually then there's some opportunities for Calvert-Lewin to score. But I would not be massively confident about, to be honest. So Calvert-Lewin out next game week seems like a reasonable one, you know. Maybe go to, who's got a good fixture in the final game week? Chris Wood against Sheffield United. That might be quite a nice one. I think that would be a pretty good one to just go straight for. Maisie Joyce says bench Bamford or Lingard. I would probably bench Lingard, to be fair, out of those 2. People are still saying Willock versus Sam Maximan. I feel like if it was me personally, I think I would be going for Willock. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure about Willock versus Alan Saint-Maximin, but I think I would prefer to go for Willock. Slightly cheaper. There's not much in it between the 2 players. And Willock is in good scoring form. So, very good scoring form. And if he gets game time, he could be really good. And he's so differential as well, you know. Now, a few people have reminded me to remind you guys to like the stream. Guys, if you could like the stream, that would be really, really massively appreciated. We're almost at 100 likes. But I think we could do a little bit better than that. I think we can get to, come on, at least 200 likes by the end of the stream. But let's go for 150 first, guys. If everyone just smash the like button, I would massively appreciate that. You know, all likes really help the channel. They really do. Like, I cannot explain it enough how much just clicking the like button helps a small YouTuber. Like, it helps spread the content a little bit, because then YouTube recognises it as good content kind of thing. And it's really nice. So, yes, would massively appreciate that. So, I'm not being rude, guys. I'm just going to quickly check my work to make sure that no emergencies have happened whilst I've been streaming. No, we seem to be all good. FPL Giant says, am I the only one who thinks Willock is a trap? No, because he definitely could be a trap. But the thing is with Willock is you say he's a trap, but he's 4.7 million. So It's not like you're spending loads of money. If you're taking a -4 to just for the sake of getting in Willock, then probably not. Unless you're significantly improving your team with the remainder of the money, you know. Like for example, Keith Walker here says Son and Saka or Mane and Willock -4. If you can just keep if you've got Son and Saka already, I would probably rather just have those two guys, but for this game week at least, and not take the -4. So yeah, completely get that this could be a trap, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. Of course, as an Arsenal fan, would you like to keep Willock, or is he not standard? You need, yeah, yeah. Please don't forget you need tissue. Yeah, I do. I really do. I would like to keep Willock based on recent form, and he's been playing really well. But when he was playing for us, he kind of was not. He did okay, but you know, I don't know. If we could get a decent amount of money for him, then I suppose that helps, because we do have glaringly obvious holes in our team, and I'm not sure Willock is the solution to that. It could be. Someone says about captaining Willock. Now, I would not be captaining Willock, to be fair. I think that's a step too far. I mean, it's nice to go for a cheeky little cheap differential, especially if it's enabling you and allowing you to spread your money out a little bit to a little bit more of your liking. But a captain, I don't know about that. I'd much rather go for a safer pick. You know, a Salah, a Mane, a Kane, a Bruno Fernandes, someone like that. I think a couple of people have mentioned Greenwood as a potential captain. I don't know. I would prefer to go for one of the big guns like Salah, Kane, Bruno, in that order. I would say is probably the one. Pranay says, shall we transfer out Bruno and Mahrez if they both start this game week? I think that would be a good reason to. I don't think Bruno's going to play in game week 38. So I think there'd be good reason to transfer him out in game week 38, yeah. But Mahrez, I guess a similar situation. Adriel says, I'm buying Rodrigo from Leeds. Good idea. Yeah, I quite like it, to be fair. I quite like that. Yeah, it's a nice little differential, isn't it? And he looks to be playing pretty well as well. I do kind of... If I had to choose to bring in either not Rafinha, Rodrigo or Bamford, I could genuinely see myself going for a Rodrigo. You know. White Shadow says, who would you say is the best differential captain? Well, if we're talking about differential captains, I think that Bruno Fernandes is actually going to be pretty differential this game week. At least differential enough. If you have Mane but you don't have Salah, then you go for Mane as a differential. The big captains this game week are going to be Salah and Kane. And then after that, there's going to be a significant drop-off before the next most popular captain. So for that reason, Bruno's probably going to be fairly differential among active players. And he does like a cheeky penalty goal, doesn't he? So yeah, definitely want to consider. I don't overrate Aston Villa too much, because I do think that Spurs are going to score. As bad as Spurs have kind of been recently, I do think they can score. Projval says Mane has a very good record against Burnley. Yeah, people say about such and such player has a good record against such and such team. Usually I don't read into that too much. There are some situations where I will read into it. You know, Kane has a good record against Arsenal. Vardy has a good record against Arsenal. Every player in the world has a good record against Arsenal, because Arsenal were terrible. But no, I wouldn't say, okay, Mane scored a few against Burnley in the past, therefore Mane's a better option than Salah. I still don't think that. And this is coming from someone who's brought in Mane specifically for this game week. You know, as much as I am rating Mane at the moment, and I do hope he's going to get me a few points, Salah is kind of the one, I think. So there you go. How many likes did we get to, guys, by the way? Hopefully I had a little flurry of likes. Oh, it's not actually showing me on screen. Hang on, let me just expand this out. 169. Nice. Guys, let's get that like counter up to 200. Come on. We can do it. That would be pretty awesome. Get it done. Sky says, even you'd have a good record against Arsenal, Dan. Yeah, I reckon I could score against Arsenal. Islam says, hey Dan, Willock and Kane or Mane and Vidra? Out of those two choices, I do actually prefer Willock and Kane. If you're... Obviously, Mane's quite differential and Kane is not differential at all, but I would prefer to have Willock and Kane. Kane's going to be playing against a home crowd for the last time in his career. Well, the last time he's going to be against playing against the Spurs crowd anyway. Blue 2 Isle says, 2249 coming to get you. Oh, I hope not. Well, I hope I don't slip up too badly, but good luck. Rafinha, Pereira or Willock? I do prefer Pereira still. It's why I've gone for Pereira. I really like Pereira. It says 195 likes, does it? Oh, yeah, nice. But yes, Blue 2 Isle, I would go for Rafinha, personally, out of those three players, particularly if you can afford it. Rafinha is just it's a really good player, and this Southampton fixture is a really nice fixture in terms of potentially scoring a couple of goals. Rafinha's playing high up the pitch, or I think he should be. He'll be on set pieces, he'll be taking corners, he'll be taking free kicks. He's like an absolute assist god. Kasim says, mate, have you bought the Spurs shirt yet? No, not yet. I'm hoping I can borrow a Spurs shirt from a friend, but I don't really have that facility, unfortunately. Is that 200 likes? Hey, well done, guys. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Hayden says Kane's going nowhere, mate. We'll see. I'm pretty sure he's leaving, right? Maybe he comes to Arsenal. That'll be good. We need him. Now, he'll go to Man City or Chelsea, I would imagine. He wants to stay in England, doesn't he, Kane? Will Greenwood start? Yeah, I think he will start. Vidra out, Benteke in? No, I don't think so. I think I would just keep Vidra. Got Sheffield United last game as well. Pretty nice. Willock or Rafinha? Again, I would say Rafinha is kind of the one. I'm sure that question will come up a lot in Quickfire. I imagine a lot of you guys are going to be asking Harrison or Rafinha as well. I need to lock my transfers in soon, guys, but I'm waiting to see if there's any last-minute team news. Let's see. Let's see if we get anything. In fact, maybe I'll have a little look on Twitter to see if anything crazy is happening. Any announcements of any team news or anything like that. Or is it just a load of nonsense? Mostly people just posting their teams, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. It looks like doesn't look like we got any news, guys. But oh well, maybe we'll find something soon. Siddharth Patil, thank you very much for the super chat, man. Really appreciate that. Hi Dan, I intend to start 3 defenders. Yeah, solid. I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alonso, and Dallas. Bench Veltman and Target. Yeah, I would bench Veltman and Target. But Alonso, I see that's the tricky one, right? Should I take a -4, get a new defender, or stick with this? If yes, who should I get in defence? Well, I would put Target as your first. Oh, yeah, I would put Target as your first bench defender because Veltman is obviously against Man City, which is tougher. Is Veltman even fully fit yet? I don't know. Yeah, I would start Alonso in hope that he plays. Don't think he will, but there's a chance. I don't think I'd take a -4 to get in a new defender though, because there's every chance that it won't pay for itself, particularly if you already got Trent Alexander-Arnold and Dallas. They're kind of the big ones for the game week, aren't they? So no, I don't think I'd take a -4. I would just play Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alonso and Dallas and put Target as the first guy on your bench. That's what I would do personally. Give it a go. Sky says, think you should be fine now, Dan. Yeah, well, we said that last time. Well, obviously not this late, but... But can you just imagine what would happen in the chat if I made my transfers and then we got some news that Mane had, you know, broke his leg or for some reason, or Rafinha caught COVID by going to a party or something. I don't know. Can you imagine? I'd be devastated. Chris Freddy, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. Captain Salah or Bruno? I would go straight for Salah. Yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't think we need to make too much of a fuss about that. Lightning FN says, I've played Bamford 10 games in a row and he's blanked. And he's overrated. I benched him again with 35% of Lingard. I'll just say that Bamford is overrated. Yeah, maybe. I don't think Bamford's overrated. Because, you know, nobody expected too much from Bamford in this Premier League season. And overall, he's done pretty well. He does need a fair few chances to score his goals. I don't think he's overrated, though. Maybe as an FPL asset right now, he's perhaps overrated, which is why I wasn't really too interested in going for him. That's why I kind of preferred Wood and Antonio. So I get what you're saying. But I think that's a little bit harsh, because he has been a bit of a legend, hasn't he? Ewan Eagle says, hi Dan, start Willock or Lingard. I would go for Willock. FBI Open Up says, you doing Euro Fantasy in summer? Yes, I will. Someone says, Giannis says, show your starting 11. Got to make the transfers first. I'll make my transfers in like 4 minutes. I'll make the transfers in 4 minutes and then we'll line up and then I'll do a last minute panic. I don't even know if I'm going to do quickfire questions today because I need to make a last minute decision on who to bench. In fact, shall we just lock in the transfers now? You can convince me of who to bench out of Digne, Dallas and Wood. And then we'll do quickfire if there's enough time. I can't believe I'm leaving this decision so late, but here we are. I think I want to play Wood. So really it's between Digne and Dallas who I'm gonna bench. Really don't know what to do, guys. Really don't know what to do. I think it would be safer for me to bench Digne. Yeah, St. Wacker de Pool says never bench Dallas, it never pays off. This is kind of the thing. Luke V says, you said Captain Salah, Mane, but what if the game is called off? Should you diversify your captain choice? Yeah, probably. Be sensible. I'll probably go Mahrez vice-captain, maybe. Bench Wood, Burnley's at the beach. No, I don't want to bench Wood. Of course, it's bench Digne. Dallas is a gamble. You like gambles. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like Digne is actually the riskier differential player, you know? And I do think Digne's got a better chance of a clean sheet, but just Dallas has got a better chance of a goal contribution. Yeah, I think I'm pretty... Yeah, I'm going to have to bench Digne, aren't I? I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure on that now. Sky says bench Dallas. Everton have three clean sheets in a row. No, don't. They just conceded to Sheffield United, didn't they? Got 2 clean sheets over the previous game weeks, but what was before that? Yeah, no, they've got 2 clean sheets there against West Ham and Aston Villa in game week 35. But aside from that, they've not got. Good clean sheet against Arsenal there. They got a couple of clean sheets. To be fair, yeah, like I've been saying, I do rate their defence kind of at the moment, and I do think Digne's got a good chance of goal contributions as well. This is why it's such a frustrating one. But it'd be so risky to bench Dallas. I think I don't want to bench anyone. I really don't. But I'm gonna have to bench one. And a few people saying bench Wood, but I would prefer to back the attacker. just that Dallas has that more explosiveness, right? He has this, you know, he could get like a random like 15-pointer, can't he? Yeah, Phil's just said there, bench Dina, Dallas has the higher ceiling, and that's exactly right. I don't want to bench anyone. Maybe I just I don't want to bench Wood. I really don't want to bench Wood. But I kind of have to, don't I? But anyway, guys, a quick check on Twitter to make sure no new news has come in or anything like that. I don't think anything has been said. Yeah. No final team news from anyone. So, okay. Let's lock it in. Let's lock it in, guys. 10 minutes till deadline. So, let's just check this is correct. Lingard out, Jota out, Mane in, Rafinha in. Confirm those transfers. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's play some more risk FPL. Let's... Oh, I don't know. Oh, I just don't want to bench Wood. I don't like benching attackers. I do think that Liverpool will concede. And it's kind of double jeopardy, because if Wood scores, that means Alexander-Arnold's clean sheet's wiped out as well. And that's not going to make me happy at all. Like, I'm really struggling. Let's stick a vice captain on Mahrez. Ugh. This is so tough. This is so tough. I really don't know how to make this decision. Oh, we got a couple of super chats whilst I was messing about with that. So let's have a look at them quickly. So Deep Kundu says, which Arsenal asset would you go for? None, really. I mean, I guess Smith Rowe, just because he's so cheap, that could be okay. Kieran Tierney maybe could be a nice defender differential to go for. But I would not be massively confident about Arsenal, and that's saying as an Arsenal fan as well. But thank you for the super chat, man. Goy says, hello, Lingard or Watkins for the bench? I'll probably bench Watkins, to be fair, but that's a really tough decision. But pretty much as tough as my decision, to be fair. So I don't know. Siddharth says, would you do -4 for Gundo to Harrison to Rafinha? Already have Willock. No, not necessarily. If you could just play someone else ahead of Gundogan, then yeah, just do that instead. I don't think Gundogan's going to start this game. Potentially you can go for Rafinha, but if you can just play whoever on the bench. Darren says, go with your gut, Dan. Well, my gut's kind of telling me to actually bench Dallas and go for Digne. I'm just hoping that someone gets benched. If you guys asking about captains, just go for Salah captain. I think that's pretty nice and simple, right? I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. Am I really going to bench Digne? I don't want to bench him. I don't want to bench Digne. I don't want to bench Wood. I don't mind benching Dallas, but I think it could hurt me. I think if someone's going to hurt me, it could potentially be Dallas, and it's game over for me. I'm not crying, guys. It's just hay fever. Why do I do this to myself on stream? I should be answering your questions, guys, and instead I'm panicking over who to bench. Oh, this is so tough. Darren says, think about the Spurs shirt you'll be wearing if you make the wrong decisions. That's exactly what I'm thinking about. That's all I can think about. My gut is telling me to do that. That's what my gut tells me. This is so risky because Dallas has such a high ceiling. But this is what my gut tells me to do. But I don't trust my gut. I really don't trust my gut at all. I don't. Guys, we're not going to do quickfire today. You know what? Actually, yeah, I need the distraction. I'm not going to think about Dallas anymore. It's whatever. Let's do quickfire. Guys, put very short questions in the chat if you can. I will answer as many as possible. As always, shooting for 100 questions, but we've got to go now. So get those questions in. Someone count. So I'm going to start doing it now. So bench short, no chance. Dina has to play down. Yes, I think he does. Dina or Alioski or Saka. I would start Dina. Firmino for the next few game weeks is kind of risky. Bench Smith Rowe or Iheanacho. I would bench... Tough. I bench Iheanacho. How do you manage to get in Mane? I was -4 short, but I took out Lingard as well. Dallas or Holding? I would play Dallas. Go for Rashford. I don't think I'll go for Rashford right now. Bench Holding or Lingard? I would bench Holding, back the attacker. Willock or Mane, captain? Definitely go for Mane out of those two. Play Holding, Sofal or Rudiger? I would go for Sofal out of those three. Bench Rudiger or Sofal? I would play Sofal. Firmino, Lingard, Joelinton, which two to play? I would play Joelinton and Firmino. Start Saka or Dina? I would start Dina. Dallas more points than Dina? Yeah, possibly. Bamford or Lingard? I would probably go for Bamford. Mitchell or Holding? If I have Zaha, I would go for Holding still. Dina or Gundo? I'll go for Dina. Best defender to transfer except Dallas. Maybe Sofal if you fancy it. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a pretty good shout as well. Captain Salah or Kane. I prefer Salah personally. Rodrigo in, Vidra out. Not for a -4, but maybe as a transfer. If you've got a transfer to burn, then maybe go for it. Kane or Bruno, captain. I think I prefer Kane this game week. Holgate or Holding. I think I prefer Holding this game week. Captain Greenwood. I don't think I would be going for that. Watkins instead of Dallas. No, I would prefer to start Dallas over Watkins. I think your gut really is asking to do Dallas. It's not. It's really not. I'm punting on Havertz. How stupid am I? Not too stupid. I think that's pretty cool. Saka or Alioski, I would go for Saka probably. Iheanacho and Lingard or Antonio and Rafinha. I'll go for Antonio and Rafinha personally. Watkins or Rudiger, I would go for Watkins. Red or brown sauce, definitely red sauce for me. Bench Martinez or Guaita. I would bench Martinez and go for Guaita maybe. Please Bamford or Son, go for Son. Bench Rafinha or Bamford. I think I'd prefer to bench Bamford. Dallas or Dina, I would go for... I would go for Dina, but who cares? Alisson Maximan or Willock. My gut's telling me Willock, but I don't know about that. Godfrey or Dallas, I prefer Dallas. How are you? I'm stressed. A like or dislike? Definitely like. Saka or Alioski? I'll go for Alioski probably. Why not? Rodrigo or Wood? I'd maybe go for Rodrigo this game week. Pineapple on pizza? Absolutely not. Antonio or Lingard? Who to captain? Go for Antonio. And who to captain? I would go for Salah. Antonio captain? I don't think so, but I do quite like Antonio. Aguero to Jesus. Firmino or keep? I'll probably go to Firmino maybe. That could be pretty interesting. Start Watkins or Bamford? I would start Bamford. DCL or Kane? I would go for Kane out of those two players. Bamford or Sofal? I would go for Sofal out of those two. Is Fernandinho risky to start? Yes, he is risky to start. Eurovision tip, go for Malta. Mendy or Martinez? I prefer Mendy for this game week. Please captain Greenwood, Salah or Bruno. I'll go for Salah. Mitchell or Dina? I'll go for Dina. Reguilon or Rudiger? I'd probably go for Rudiger, you know. Play Eze or Bamford. That's tough. I'll go for Bamford though. Coleman or Phillips? I would play Coleman. Captain Salah or Bruno, and why? I'll captain Salah because I think he's got the most to play for of all the players, and he's in great form. And he has penalties, but he can do more than penalties. Alioski or Saka? Go for Alioski. Lingard. Bench Lingard, Saka or Willock? I would bench Saka out of those three probably. Willock or Wood? I would play Willock. Mayo or red sauce? Now we're talking. Mayo is my jam. Yeah, but it's not my jam, but you have to go for Antonio. Yeah, I do like Antonio a lot. Start Keane or Adams? I would start Keane. Bowie or the Beatles? Definitely Bowie for me. Captain Greenwood? No, I don't think so. Zaha or Sigurdsson or Bamford? I'd go for Bamford. Yo Diggy Dogs says someone said okay. C defender for weeks. No, I don't think I'll go for a City defender. Smith Rowe or Nat Phillips? I would go for Nat Phillips. Bamford or Wood? I would go for Bamford this game week, probably. Start Martinez or Areola? Go for Martinez. Play Watkins or use transfer? I think I'd play Watkins to be fair. Watkins or Dallas? I'd go for Dallas. Diaz or Keane? I would go for Keane. Kane or Bruno? Captain? I would go for Kane out of those two. Holgate or Phillips? I'd go for Phillips. Probably. I'll go for Holgate, not Phillips. YouTube or work? Definitely YouTube. Dallas or for Dina? I would definitely start Dina over Dallas. Definitely. Dallas or Lingard? Go for Dallas. Foden or Mahrez? I go for Mahrez. Coleman or Holding? I would go for Coleman. Red wine or white wine? Neither. I don't drink wine. Bench Wood, Dina or Dallas? That's a tough one. I'm going to bench Wood. No, I'm going to bench Dallas. Rafinha or Harrison? I'll go for Harrison. No, I'll go for Rafinha. Kane or Haaland? Go for Kane. Jota available against Burnley? I very much doubt it. Sofal or Reece James? I'll go for Sofal. Smith Rowe or Wood? I'll go for Wood. Willock or Wood? I'll go for Willock, probably. Dallas or Zaha? I'll go for Dallas. Mitchell or Dina? I'll go for Dina. Smith Rowe or Iheanacho? I'll go for Iheanacho just because of his form, I guess. But Smith Rowe actually is kind of interesting too. Rolling Stones or the Beatles? I guess the Beatles. Amazon or Google? Go for Google. Trouble Captain, Kane or Salah? I'll go for Salah. But probably Salah in game week 38. That could be really, really interesting. Benteke, a good punt? Probably not. Keep Bamford for the rest of the season? Yeah, I think you may as well. Captain Mahrez or Mane? I'd probably go for Mahrez maybe. But Mane could be interesting. Greenwood bench? Is he Strongbow or Thatchers? Strongbow. Kelechi or Lingard? Go for Kelechi. And I believe that's time, guys. Right. I'm going to grab a tissue because I've been sniffling this whole stream. But yeah, someone count how many questions that was. We'll have a look. I feel like that wasn't too bad today. I don't think I would have hit 100 because we started slightly late. So I doubt we got to 100. But if we answered if I can answer 80 questions or something like that, then I'm pretty happy. Ugh, run your nose. Right. So, guys, we're locked in. I'm locked in. Thank you for providing me that distraction, so I wasn't tempted to make last minute changes. But Dina, my guts are Dina. And Dina, who we got? We've got Dallas on the bench, which is terrifying, but there we are. But there we go. Guys, right, as we do at the tail end of every stream. Guys, I want you to tell me in the chat, pop it in the chat, one word only, who did you captain? Who did you captain for Game Week 37? Who is your penultimate captain of the season? Let's see. Let's see it in the chat. Who'd you go for? And I'm going to continue to very, very rudely sort out my nostrils. So, they're rolling in. We got three Canes to start ourselves off. Then we got a load of Salahs. Yeah, we start off with a few Canes and then it's all Salahs from there. Bruno Fernandes, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Wow, we are massive on Salah. Yes, guys, let's go. Salah gang. Gang. Love that. But yeah, a couple of Canes, a couple of Brunos. But yeah, as it kind of expected, it's all about Salah. People are going for Trent as well, which is kind of interesting. Mahrez there, I saw. It's pretty interesting. Dan Cross has gone for Kane. Yeah, a few Canes, you know. Kane captain. Someone's, yeah. Mane. Timothy's gone for Mane. That's crazy. Good luck, though. I mean, I've got Mane as well, so fingers crossed. Darren's got to go back to work. Take it easy, man. Don't work too hard. Kane, the man's shirt you will wear. Oh, for God's sake. I'm actually really feeling that I might actually have to wear the Spurs shirt at the end of the season. Scott Carson. He's not playing. So I hope you got your vice captain sorted. Salah blanking coming. No way. We've been doing okay for captains recently. It's just the rest of the team. Well, all the minuses. Actually, no, to be fair, we got some nice green arrows. Captain Mahrez, Vice Kane. Interesting stuff. Mane differential. Love it, love it, love it. Kane. Change from Bruno last second. Yeah, I think you made the right decision to go for Kane over Bruno. There's not much in it. You know, you could say that there's not really anything in it at all. Yeah, a pretty fun one. Rafinha. You go for Rafinha captain. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hang on. My other half is sending many, many texts. We will respond to her in due course. Guys, the YouTube channel is #1 priority, right? You guys are my priority. To motivate me even more, I will get a Harry Kane Spurs shirt, just due to the fact that I don't own Harry Kane, and if anyone's going to send me outside of the top 100k or keep me outside the top 100k, should I say, it's going to be Harry Kane. He's going to be the man to destroy my life. So I feel like if I have to wear a Spurs shirt, I will buy a Harry Kane shirt. And when I wear that, there better be some donations in the super chats just to help me pay for it. Ugh. Of course, says, I believe, Dan, you can avoid the Spurs shirt and all summer you'll be wearing an England shirt. I hope so. No, you know what I might do is I'll buy like maybe what I might do is buy a Spurs shirt. Maybe see if I can get next year's Spurs shirt or something like that, and then donate it to one of you guys. Just because I'm not going to need to keep that, am I? Unless I just keep it as a permanent forfeit. But yeah, maybe if I get like next year's Spurs shirt, you know, get like Son on it or a player likely to stay, like not Kane. Yeah, or something like that. If you fancy it. Bongali says, hola Dan. Got Willock for Jota. Nice. I think that's pretty sensible. Reasonably sensible. Preferred Rafinha myself, but it could be okay. Mazuni says, Mahrez captain, what do you think? I think it's risky, but you know, it's one of those ones that could just be mad. Couldn't it? You could explode and be like the biggest season differential, you know. Benson Karaoke says your team is badass, except that Dino Dallas move. Well, that's kind of the issue, isn't it? I like my team so much that I've got players that I desperately want to play on the bench, which is a good thing, right? Jeremy Baker says if they hire a garbage manager, I might ship you all my Spurs gear. I don't want it. Keep it. Oh dear. Sky says, think you should switch to a Chelsea shirt next season. We should maybe just do this forfeit every year. Maybe, well, right, depending on how I start next season, because hopefully I won't be outside the top 1,000,000 for the first several game weeks. We'll set another target. Maybe we'll do like outside the top 50k, and I have to wear a rival team shirt. Maybe we'll do Chelsea next year. If Chelsea sign Kane, maybe I'll just do a Kane shirt, whoever he plays for every year. White Shadow says, how can you still see a team? My FPL isn't working. It's because I haven't changed or refreshed the page since before the deadline, so yeah. Yeah, if you're only going onto the page now to see your team, then fair enough, but you won't be able to see it. But since I haven't reloaded or anything. Stephen Waller says, I have 5 exams this week, so I haven't looked at FPL at all this week. Realised it was 10 minutes till deadline. When I realised, went Jota to Greenwood. Well, Stephen, good luck in your exams. I hope you absolutely smash it. I hope you do a madness. I'm sure you will. But more importantly, I think you made a good move there with Jota to Greenwood. I like that move. I do like that move. Sky says 3.5 million in game week 8 for me. To say I'm 250k now, I'm super happy. Yeah, you got to set your own targets. That's kind of the thing. If you have a bad start to the season, it's so hard to catch up because you end up playing catch up so much. I've kind of explained this concept before. Whereas if you're constantly chasing the best team, it's because you haven't got the. If you started bad, it's because you haven't got the best team yet. The people above you already have the best team and can start looking towards the future. You are still trying to chase getting that real ideal template team, and so you find yourself getting further and further behind a lot of the time unless you can skip a stage. But it's kind of really difficult to play catch up. So if you had a good start to the season, then it's much easier to stay there. But if you have a weak start to the season, I'm not saying it's impossible to catch up, because you know, obviously, what was it like, you know, game week 20, what was I like, 400k, something like that, 450k, maybe. I think it was like game week 20. I don't know exactly. But since then, we've had some significant gains despite a lot going wrong. But yeah, this is the thing. If I started a little better, I would not be taking the risks that I've been taking recently, and this is why I've been very upfront with you guys that I'm making transfers that I wouldn't necessarily recommend to other people, because I'm just trying to create a bit of magic and have a bit of fun with it, because this is not going to be my greatest ever season. I kind of accept that. But so I'm just going to have some fun with it, and then next year we'll go again, and we'll go hard, and we'll try and do something a little bit different. Of course, there's no Jimenez all season. Jimenez all season hurt me, as that's my usual differential. Poor guy. I hope he's back next year. Yeah, he was a quality FPL asset for a couple of seasons. Alex Panchuk says, should I start doing FPL YouTube content on 70k right now? I don't think your rank really matters in terms of YouTube. It's not, people don't tune in. Well, I mean, some people do, but people won't necessarily stick around and be engaged if it's just if you just had like a few good ranks. Obviously fantastic, a lot of people will be really interested in that, but there's a lot more to YouTube than just having a good FPL rank. Like, YouTube is skill in itself, you know. But no, I do recommend it. Anyone who fancies getting involved in YouTube, I really do. I do recommend it, and have some fun with it. Don't expect everything to go perfectly on YouTube straight away. It takes a lot of practice and stuff, but it can be such a rewarding experience. It really can, and I absolutely love YouTube, and I would always say go for it, guys, if you can. KR says, do you think 671k to 500k is possible? Yeah, definitely possible. A few people asking about Euro fantasy football. Yeah, I mean, I will, yeah. But we'll talk about that next week. Michael Richardson says, why wait to see how you start next season? You should have faith in yourself, say top 10k or forfeit. Yeah, but the problem is, if I am in game week 5 and ranked around 800k or something like that, which would still be top 10%, by the way, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult to get into the top 10k. Obviously, still very possible, but I don't know. Maybe, I mean, top 10k, by the way, is an insane target. Like, that is like, you have to be a really, well, you've got to be a 1 in 1,000 type FPL player. Like, this is not, people talk about, getting top 10k. It's not the same as it was 10 years ago when people would aim for top 10k, because there's 10 times more players. Getting top 10k now is the equivalent of getting, like, top 100, well, maybe a little bit less, maybe like top 80k, top 75k. It's kind of the equivalent there. So, yeah. Have you decided to keep the long hair, says Luke V. Don't know. Because I'm getting married in September, so I need to kind of settle on a hairstyle. The problem is, if I cut it off, it's not like I can just grow it back easily. I don't know. I've kind of grown. It's quite literally grown on me. Quite literally grown on me. Of course says, when I move, I want to start my YouTube channel, showing how I do my paintings. Hopefully you'll take a look down. Yeah, no, that sounds quality. Go for it. Definitely. Dara Quinn says, had a work call and missed a deadline. No! This is so frustrating, these deadlines during the day, aren't they? I hope I haven't missed anything at work. Let me just check. I think we're all good. Dano says, will Forster start next game? Yeah, he will. Riyadh says, hey lad, just joined. How long are we going for? We'll go until the Manchester United team news, I think. So 16 minutes. 16 minutes time, we'll go off. I may as well stay for a little bit longer. Probably should reply to some messages. Kia says, why do you always read my messages only after the deadline? It's because there's less messages after the deadline. So it's like in the hour running up to deadline, the messages are just going so fast. So obviously the super chats I always read. Obviously the members I try my best to read, but even them I miss a lot. And then the messages outside of that, it's just so difficult to catch up, to keep up with everything. Other than in the quickfire, I feel like if you put a question in the quickfire, you got like a 50 chance of me answering it, I guess. Terrence says you got to go sleep. Sleep well, my friend. Good luck this game week. Fuzzy says bring in your partner in the stream in the last. Yeah, it'll be cute. Maybe when we get married, the last stream I do before we get married, maybe we'll do a married stream or one after. I don't know. Maybe we'll think about something. We'll think of something. You know. Hang on, I do need to reply to messages to the lady in question. Okay. Wood over Dallas. Yeah, apparently so. But here we are. Got to be in it to win it. Alex's best punt for game week 38. Well, like Mane. If Mahrez doesn't start this game, you would say that Mahrez would be a good punt. Chris Wood is a good punt for game week 38, I think. I don't know. Twisted Sparky says get married on stream, save a few quid. Already paid it, mate. Married stream. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I'll be doing a stream on the day of my wedding. Although, ironically, it's gonna be on a Friday. So if there's a Friday deadline, well, I mean, do I just skip a deadline stream? I don't want to skip it. Do I just bring my laptop to the wedding venue and we'll have a little... I don't know. that would obviously be hilarious, but I don't know if it will go down very well, to be honest. Me like disappearing for an hour on my wedding day. Saeed says, how do you know she's the one? When you know, you know. We've been together for almost 6 years now. You know, it's just so obvious to us every day that, you know, it's just right. And we're kind of we're achieving a lot together, and we motivate each other and we make each other better people, which I think is a big thing. If you find the one when you make each other better people, kind of thing. And you know, she's been so encouraging and motivating me to do YouTube and work hard on this, which could potentially change our life. So we're potentially buying. Well, we are buying a house. Hopefully that all goes through. We're hopefully going to move within the next literally 2 weeks. In 2 weeks we should be moved house. I tried to arrange it so it's just after just after the final game week of the season. You know, then we can move, and then obviously obviously you make a little bit of money from YouTube and stuff. Every single penny that I've made from YouTube, from, you know, ad revenue, from sponsorships, from you guys kindly donating to the channel, from you guys supporting by becoming members of the channel, every single thing has gone in a savings account that I haven't touched. Every single penny. And that's going to go down on a deposit on a house, which I never thought I would be able to do, which is just amazing. So yeah, in many ways, guys, you've literally changed my life. Like the fact that I'm gonna be able to own a house, it's just crazy. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but here we are. Anyway, back to some other stuff, right? So a few people are trying to get me to say a certain word, and I feel like I should probably Google this word privately before I say it, because because it might be rude. Hang on. How do you spell this word? No, it's on Urban Dictionary. Okay, right. Well, it is a swear. It's a swear. I don't know what language it's in. No honeymoon abroad, and you Indian guys trying to get me to say a certain word. I won't say it. I'm not gonna say it. Ryan says, Vinay says hi. A few people saying congratulations and stuff. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. Twisted Spike saying, nice story, Dan. Working class people helping working class people. Yeah, that's exactly it, you know. That's exactly it. Because it's tough out there, like, you know, being like a young, I don't want to say poor, because obviously if you're in the UK, you're very privileged to be in the UK and have the access to stuff that we do. But yeah, home ownership is very hard. Very, very hard. Isaac says, how's the renovations at your new house? Well, there's going to be a lot of renovations. It's not, yeah, it's a house that needs a lot of work doing, but it's a house and it's going to be mine, and that's good enough for me. That really is good enough for me. And a few people are asking you guys, asking kind of about different videos that I'm going to be making over the summer. There's going to be loads. The videos will not end. Like, oh, Rockstar's tweeting apparently. I'll Google. I'll have a look at that and I'll give you some team news if I can. Some early stuff. Yeah, there's going to be loads of videos. Yeah, there's going to be Euro fantasy content. There's going to be post-season content. I'm going to be doing like price change predictions and like position changer predictions, and we're going to do like, I'll do like a team of the season for this season just gone. We're going to do all kinds. So guys, as long as you are interested in FPL, even during the break, then absolutely I will have plenty of stuff for you if you're still interested. Of course, when the game actually drops for next season, we can start picking our teams. That's when the content will be mad. We'll be doing videos every single day, weekdays, weekends, whatever the day. There's going to be so much stuff going on. We're going to be talking about differentials. We're going to talk about budget options. We're going to be talking about, who is overpriced, who's underpriced. We're going to be making predictions. Last season I did finding the next John Lundstrom video. This year maybe I'll do finding the next Stuart Dallas video or something like that. They'll just be non-stop, and I'll be constantly coming up with new ideas, fresh ideas to keep things moving. So, guys, it'll be non-stop. The fantasy, the fact that I built this up, we've built this channel, right? Over the last year, guys, we have built this channel from 1,000 subscribers. Well, less than like 800 subscribers. This time last year, I think we had like 400 subscribers. Now we're over 50k. We've built this. We cannot let this stop. We are going to just keep this train going. Some people say, yeah, okay, we're coming to the summer. Maybe take a little bit break from FPL. No way. FPL is life. FPL is life. And we're gonna keep that train going. But anyway, I'm just going to check on see what FPL Rockstar has been saying on Twitter. Because apparently he may have leaked a couple of little trinkets. Okay, so here are the trinkets. Well, we've just got one. He says, think Rashford needs a rest. So that kind of implies that Rashford is not going to be starting, guys, today. If you've got Rashford in your team, unfortunately, he is not going to be playing. Which kind of makes my Rashford to Mahrez transfer look a little bit better, I suppose. So there we go. Let's see if anything else comes in. Nothing so far. Asada says, how long have you been doing this YouTube channel? I first made this YouTube channel in January of last year. So January 2020, sorry. And obviously I made a few videos, and then obviously there was that massive COVID break where the season just stopped. So obviously there was no videos for like 3 months. And then after that, I kind of started taking it, well, I guess a little bit more seriously and popping out regular content. I'm trying to work hard on it and just trying to make it my thing. And yeah, it's gone pretty well. Microphone is distorting. Yeah, it's because it's because I've got my phone close to my microphone. But I do want to keep an eye on this potential any early team news that I can share with you guys. Rob says, really enjoyed the content this season, fun and also analytical. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Rob. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully we can keep it going. We can keep it going, and hopefully, plenty more good stuff to come. Hopefully. White Shadow, 5 minutes for lineups. Yep. All we've got so far in terms of lineups is that Rashford is not starting. Cyril says your content is great crack. Ah. Yeah, I have heard that word before from the Irish. It doesn't mean crack as in the drug, obviously. Lionel says, are you going to check the lineups on OneFootball? No, I'm not, because OneFootball, they obviously it's fantastic for lineups, but they are usually 30 seconds behind. I'd rather get it as instantaneous as we possibly can for you guys. Then I can go off, do something else. So I start crying over the fact that I benched Dallas or something like that. Will Aguero starting game at 38? Hopefully. We're hoping that he will. Well, we're not hoping, but yeah, he should do. Meslier benched and Ings also not starting. Ooh. Okay. Right, so we've got some more news with the Manchester United lineup. So, Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Edinson Cavani, and Mason Mount will all be starting. So that's good news there, right? For Bruno owners, for Greenwood owners. Did I say Mason Mount or did I say Mason Greenwood? I don't know. But Greenwood's starting anyway. So yeah, guys. That's good. That's good. Well, I mean, other than Bruno, I wish Bruno wasn't starting just because I don't have him, but que sera, sera. Apparently, Paul Swindon has a leaked team news. Let's have a Google of who that person is, because I've not heard of Paul Swindon. Paul Swinson, maybe? Oh, he's just, yeah, it's the same one. Oh, Martial back in the matchday squad. We did think that there was potential. De Gea starting as well. Don't know how accurate that is or what, but there we go. Let's just check back on Rockstar, see what he's saying. Three minutes, of course, till the full Monty. We'll find the full teams. Yeah, it does look like De Gea is going to be starting. So anyone who's got Henderson, bad news. Yeah, nothing else. Right, I think we'll just wait till the actual official team news now. I don't think anything else is going to come in, to be honest. Right, of course says, in the Euros, will there be a predicting scores on your channel? Like adding up common predicted scoring type community as like a little bet on tournaments? I don't know. I don't know how well that translates to YouTube, to be honest. So, we'll see. But I've got a few ideas. I don't want to go... It's not going to be like Euros content every day, but we'll make like a couple of videos a week on Euros, I think. Oh, well, I might have to do even more than that because the deadlines come quite quickly. Ballyrotter says, Dan, I started following you pre-season when you had less than 800 fans. Wow. It's crazy to think. And you've helped me to my best position ever, by far top 7k, so thanks. Oh, congratulations, Bally, because obviously that you've got to put a lot of that down to yourself because look at my rank, right? You and Nathan Bacon made my first FPL season. Great. Yeah, Nathan Bacon is a good guy as well. A good channel. Really good channel. Will Aguero start in 38? I think he will. Lightning FM is talking about Mount. Yeah. It didn't obviously mean Greenwood. Meslier being benched is an interesting one. A really interesting one. Yeah. Sky says you could do something on Discord. Yeah, I mean, if you can sort something out on Discord, you're more than welcome to. Why do you support Arsenal? Basically because I like Thierry Henry. And I don't know if anyone remembers the Power Pods, that little toys. You got some chocolate and some toys, and they're like little bobblehead football characters, and I think someone gave me a Thierry Henry one before I started collecting them. That was like the first one I got, and I thought, oh, who's this guy? That's awesome. And this is when I was like, I don't know, like 7. Yeah, and then I became I called him Henry at the time, but I became a big Thierry Henry fan, and that's what kind of where I landed on Arsenal. Plus, Arsenal are kind of a like nearish team to me. Probably the nearest Premier League team in terms of the quickest travel time. Ballywater says, that's my point, Dan. You think your position is bad, but you actually help others more than you realise. Yeah, some people have said that, but it's kind of... I don't know. All I do is do some research and put some stats out there and then make stupid decisions in my own team. But, you know, if it's helping you guys, then absolutely fantastic. And that's kind of what I've hoped to do. Help you guys out a little bit. Have some fun along the way. Have some laughs. Have some banter. And, yeah. So, guys, let's get on Twitter and let's find the lineups. And you're ready for the lag. I hope you're ready for the lag because it's coming. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. Oh, also, guys, thank you so much for 10,000 followers on Twitter, because that is absolutely awesome. I thought I was never going to reach 10,000, but we managed it eventually. That's awesome. So, if this will load. Wait, is that not the... That's Fantasy Premier League. Yeah, that's the... Oh, I'm just going to go on my notifications. I was pretty sure that's what their name is on Twitter. Oh, official FPL, that's it. Duh. I was typing the wrong thing. Right, here we go, guys. Should we start? Let's start with Manchester United, because that's what we're most interested in, right? De Gea, Lindelof, Pogba, Cavani, Greenwood, Fred, Bruno Fernandes, Shaw, nice. Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe, and McTominay playing. They've got really the only weird ones that are Henderson and Rashford on the bench. Then we'll move to Southampton, I guess. We're going a little bit all over the place, but Alex McCarthy, Walker-Peters, Stevens, Vestergaard, Salisu, Ward-Prowse, Armstrong, Nepo, Teller, Adams, Walcott. So no Ings. No. I don't know. Is there anyone else obvious that's missing there? Not really. Not that we'd be too interested in for FPL. Maybe, I don't know, like... oh, what's his name? I forgot his name. The winger. He's got bald head and a beard. Looks a bit like Nuno. That'll come to me. The name begins with R. Why have I blanked on that one? I don't know. Anyway, Casillas playing. Ayling, Cooper, Llorente, Alioski, Phillips, Dallas, Harrison, Rodrigo, Rafinha, Bamford. So, okay. Yeah, nice. Kind of what we expected, except for the goalkeeper. It's the only real surprise there, isn't it? And we've got Fulham as well. Which is... does anyone have any Fulham players? I doubt it. But there you go. Areola, Ream, Decadova, Reed, Adebar, Tosin, Cavaliero, Lamina, Lookman, Reed, Bryan, Anguissa, Carvalho. Adarabioyo. Can say it. Just takes me a second to process the name. But yeah. Redmond! His name is Redmond. Oh, you guys are put it in the chat as well. Redmond. Thank you, guys. So, there we have it. Those are the lineups. Yeah. So it's just Meslier and Rashford, I guess, are the big tragedies of the game week so far. So, yeah, I guess unlucky, guys, if you do have those players, because that is, that's not nice, obviously, but no, there's some good news there. Greenwood, there was some rumours that Greenwood wouldn't be starting. They turned out to be false. Greenwood is starting. feeling that might be the case. We've kind of got all our main Leeds players playing other than the goalkeeper. So you guys got Bamford, Rafinha, if you went for Rodrigo, if you went for Harrison, you've got Dallas, all starting, all nice and peachy. So, yeah, all good in the hood, guys, generally speaking. Anyway, so, right, there we go, guys. I think we probably leave it just about there now we've done the team news. So, guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the stream before you leave, that would be massively, massively appreciated. If you're new around here, please do, of course, subscribe for Game Week 38 content. That's what it will be. From now on, it's going to be Game Week 38 content. I think I'll probably do a stream after the games tomorrow, maybe. We'll do a stream tomorrow evening. That could be pretty good. Keep the content rolling, and we'll start talking about Game Week 38. And, yeah, and then Game Week 38 content, and on to Euros content, and on to loads of more fantasy content, guys. We move indeed. But hopefully I can get top 100k this season. Guys, please do subscribe, like I keep saying. It's, yeah, I don't know what subscriber goal I've got next, but I think at some point I've got to start aiming for 100,000 subscribers, which would be awesome. But thank you guys for watching once again. Good luck this game week. I hope you all absolutely smash it. I know you can. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Enjoy the football. And I will see you later, mates. Bye-bye.